guys, this is Blue View back here with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing my entire Blu-ray collection to you guys. This video has been a long time coming, with many of us, you know, in isolation and lockdown at the moment. A lot of us have a lot of time on our hands, and for me personally, I have not been able to find the time to do this video for the whole year, and I thought now was the perfect time to do it. So yeah, I actually asked on Instagram whether you wanted this in one part or two parts. You guys voted for one part. I'll leave my Instagram in the description. If you have not followed it yet, I'd really appreciate if you did. And I'll also leave my letterbox as well. So yeah, whilst doing the video, I'll show you how I organise my Blu-rays. I'll showcase all my Blu-rays to you guys. So that's going to be great. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you could subscribe, that'd be great. And without further ado, let's get into my Blu-ray collection. So I thought I'd quickly show some Poundland Blu-rays that I've got over the years. I used to have like 3 of these boxes of them, but over time I've given some to charity. I've used loads of them for cases for when I get like an eBay Blu-ray that's in the cases in bad condition. It happens a lot, and I just switch out the cases for one of these movies. But yeah, first of all we have Beyond Skyline, Faster with Dwayne Johnson, Tokyo for Nicolas Cage, One Chance, The Sentinel, got this in America, Operation Chromite with Liam Neeson. What was he doing in that film? Age of Kill, After Earth, one of the worst films I've ever seen. Retreat, Mojave, with actually Oscar Isaac actually, and Texas Killing Field. So yeah, probably not very interesting, but yeah, those are just some Poundland Blu-rays. So the first part of my collection are all my Pixar movies. So let's get into this. First of all, we've got the short films collection, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I don't think Volume 3's got a UK release yet on Blu-ray. Toy Story 1 Steelbook, Bugs Life, these are all the German Steelbooks and they are in release order. Toy Story 2, Monster Inc., The Incredibles, Cars, I love this film, just my childhood, Ratatouille, Finding Nemo, WALL-E, Up, Toy Story 3, I think this is my favourite Toy Story film, I'm not too sure. Cars 2, probably my least favourite Pixar film. Brave, those two are my least favourites. Monster University, one of the most underrated Pixar movies. The Good Dinosaur Kimchi DVD Lenticular, and Inside Out regular Blu-ray, which I did actually get from Poundland, but I do want to get the steelbook of this one eventually. So finishing off our Pixars, we do have Finding Dory. I don't like the no spine on that steelbook, but it is a beautiful front cover. Cars 3, pretty underrated movie, loads of fun. And finally, Incredibles 2. I know I'm missing, obviously, Incredibles 2 Inside Out Steelbooks, but I'm also missing Toy Story 4, Coco, maybe one other, so I will definitely get those ones down the road. Now we move on to our Disney films. I do have these lovely classic slipcovers. I absolutely adore these, one of my favourite parts of my collection. Pinocchio, one of my favourite Disney movies. Dumbo, hated the live action, love the original. Bambi, and then we do have Fun and Fancy Free, and The Adventures of Aisha Bod, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Mr. Toad. I've not watched either of those. Cinderella, The Jungle Book, the only live action movie that I did think was fairly decent. All the others, for me, in my opinion, weren't the best. The Rescuers, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King Best Buy Steelbook, Bolt, one of my favourite Disney films. Frankenweenie, another one of my favourite Disney movies. Love this movie to bits. So weird, yet so amazing. Wreck-It Ralph and Zootropolis, a film I need to watch. We now move on to our Marvel movies. First of all, starting off with Elektra. I know the film was terrible, but I love the slipcover and I am a completist, so yeah, that's that. Daredevil, I do love these slips as well. I love that they all match with each other. Fantastic Four, and then Rise of Silver Surfer. I know a lot of these films get a lot of hate, but personally, I actually really enjoy them. And then we've got Fantastic. We all know how this movie was. It was diabolical. X-Men movies, I love these films. That sort of films that started off the whole comic book craze. X-Men 2, 2 great movies. X-Men The Last Stand gets a lot of hate. I do have a good time with it, but it's definitely one of the worst X-Men movies. X-Men First Class, great film. Days of Future Past, my second favourite X-Men movie. And Apocalypse, again, this one gets a lot of hate, but I have a great time with it. Origins Wolverine, diabolical. The Wolverine, fun, but a bit dumb in my opinion. And Logan, easily the best X-Men movie and one of the best comic book films. Amazing. Deadpool 1. Sorry about all the labels, I just don't take them off. I need to do that. That's a task for, obviously, quarantine. I'm just going to take all the labels off my movies. Sorry if that annoys you, though. Deadpool 1, great film. Deadpool 2, definitely inferior to the first one, but it's still decent, but I just didn't love it like a lot of people did. Then the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, we've got number 1, Spider-Man 1, and Spider-Man 3. I am missing Spider-Man 2, which is my favourite in that trilogy, but still Spider-Man 1 is a great movie. Spider-Man 3, still a good time, but definitely the worst in the trilogy. More Spider-Man, we do have The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. A lot of people like these ones. I honestly don't. Andrew Garfield, in my opinion, is by far the worst Spider-Man. Then we do have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Steelbook, beautiful Steelbook, and a great film with an amazing soundtrack. One of the best soundtracks from the past few years. Love that movie to bits. Luke Cage Season 1, kind of random. I just got it. It wasn't actually £10. I didn't pay too much for it. Then we move on to our MCU. I don't own every MCU film. I need to get all of them. At one point, we do have Iron Man 1, The Incredible Hulk. These are in release order, sorry. Iron Man 2, Captain America, the first Avenger, Thor, Avengers Assemble, very good movie. Iron Man 3. I don't like the Iron Man and Thor movies. I don't know, that's just me. I'm just not too keen on them. Thor the Dark World, I didn't actually like that film. The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, a bit overrated, still good. Ant-Man, the most underrated MCU film, have a great time with that one. Age of Ultron, easily the worst Avengers film. Civil War, Doctor Strange, another one of my favourite MCU movies. Next, we do have Spider-Man Homecoming. Whilst it doesn't touch, the Sam Raimi trilogy, still have a great time with that one. Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, very good movie. And Avengers Infinity War, by far my favourite MCU film. Then we move on to our DC. I'm a DC fanboy myself. I do enjoy the MCU, but I find it a tad overrated. We have Superman the movie, V for Vendetta, Watchmen Steelbook. I'm not actually too keen on this film. I don't know why, I just never got it. Green Lantern, that movie is not the best. Man of Steel, used to love this one. Not as keen on it anymore due to the horrendous ending, but still a pretty solid movie. Batman vs Superman, a mess but quite enjoyable. Suicide Squad, in my opinion, the worst DC film ever. Wonder Woman, really good. Justice League, we all know how this movie was. Shazam, so much fun. And finally, the new release, Joker, the Amazon exclusive Steelbook, which I've still not unboxed. So we now move on to our box sets. First of all, we have the Alfred Hitchcock collection. So many great films in there, still need to watch loads of them. We next have the Alien Anthology. We've got 2 great films in here and 2 not so great movies, but Alien 1 and 2 are just perfect. Back to the Future trilogy. Have this sort of Coen Brothers box set. I ended up putting this on here. Didn't know really where to put it, but No Country for Old Men is my joint favourite Coen Brothers movie, and True Grit was pretty solid. Die Hard, got a mixed bag in here, but some really great movies. The Godfather trilogy. I hope that gets a 4K soon. And the Lord of the Rings trilogy. A few more box sets. We have the Matrix trilogy. I do want to get those on 4K eventually. I have heard they have a great transfer, and I'm pretty sure they'll look beautiful. Planet of the Apes Legacy collection with all the old movies, and then the trilogy of the new movies. Personally, I like these ones more. I honestly think War is one of my favourite sci-fi films, and this is just such a great trilogy. So many trilogies coming up now. This is honestly one of those underrated and one of the most perfect trilogies ever. So good, such good movies. And the Rocky collection with all the Rocky movies, all 6 films. Then the Rush Hour trilogy, lovely artwork. Got this one in the Best Buy in America. Shrek movies, we all know how good the Shrek films are. Next we move on to movies I just feel belong with each other, that have different titles so they don't fit in the alphabetical order. So they're just films that I believe belong with each other. Elstree 1976. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, my second favourite Star Wars movie. Amazing. Solo, very underrated and looks amazing on 4K and a lovely cover. Force Awakens. The Last Jedi on 4K. We do then have Despicable Me 2 and Minions. Yes, I do own Minions. The film's terrible, but it is quite fun. I love Despicable Me 2. I do need to get 1 and 3 eventually. Then we do our Lego films, the Lego Movie, and Lego Batman, personally my favourite of them all. I don't own part 2 of the second Lego movie, and I'll maybe get the Ninjago down the line, but the film was pretty bad. Then we have our M. Night Shyamalan trilogy. We've got Unbreakable, Split on 4K. This is my favourite story in the trilogy, and this is actually one of my favourite movies and one of my favourite superhero films. A marvellous film. Glass. I think this is the worst in the trilogy, but I do respect M. Night Shyamalan for what he went for here. Then the Cloverfield movies, Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and the Cloverfield Paradox. This was terrible. The other two are amazing. Creed and Creed 2. Then we have the Conjuring universe film, so The Conjuring and Annabelle. Then the Man with No Name trilogy, I Need to Get, Fistful of Dollars. Or we have The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and a few dollars more. As for TV shows, I don't have a huge collection, but we do have Big Little Lies, Season 1, Blue Planet 2, one of the best series ever. Looks amazing on 4K, and the soundtrack from Hans Zimmer was just breathtaking. Breaking Bad, $11.99 for all 5 seasons, amazing deal. Chernobyl, Come Fly With Me, very funny. I know it got cancelled obviously because it was quite controversial. It was very funny. Definitely go watch Come Fly With Me. It's already just falling down. House of Cards Season 1 and House of Cards Season 2. Planet Earth 2 on Blu-ray, still looks amazing. And then This Is England, the film, but kind of wanted to just put this with the series. And we've got 86, 88, and we do finally have The Walking Dead, the complete first season. I do have actually some other TV box sets that don't fit on my shelf purely because they're just too big. So here they are, Band of Brothers. Yeah, all of these are just too tall to fit in those shelves. So we've got Band of Brothers Metal box set, my favourite TV show of all time. What a show. The Pacific, beautiful. Another metal box set. They look lovely together. I need to watch The Pacific, still sealed that one. Stranger Things Season 1, Target exclusive VHS style packaging, lovely edition. I love Stranger Things, cannot wait for Season 4 and Season 2. I actually do prefer this one. This is more detail on it, but yeah, there you go. That is the Season 2, another Target exclusive. So yeah, those are all my TV series that I have that just don't fit on the shelves. So we now move on to my Criterion collections. I do love the Criterion collection. They are very expensive, hence why I've not got too many. But yeah, they're lovely editions. So let's get into them. First of all, The Life Aquatic, Bottle Rocket, 2 Wes Anderson movies, 12 Angry Men, one of my favourite films, and a lovely cover on that one as well. So happy I've got that on Criterion. Fantastic Mr. Fox box set, one of my favourite movies. As you can see, I do own quite a few Wes Anderson ones. I do also want to get Rushmore on Criterion as well. The Fisher King with Robin Williams, Jeff Bridges, and Terry Gilliam. Only Angels Have Wings, do want to watch that one. Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove. Noah Baumbach's Squid and the Whale. I do want to see more of his movies. I want to see Francis Ha as well. I think that's how you pronounce it. And Richard Linklater's The Before trilogy. That is the US version. So yeah. Then we move on to my HMV Premium collections. Honestly, I think this is my favourite part of my collection. I do love the HMV Premium collection. And whenever that 2 for 15 deal comes out, I always snag loads. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into them. All the President's Men with Hoffman and Redford. The Shining, one of my favourite movies. Gattaca. Most of these are sealed. I've actually not watched most of them. I need to actually watch loads of these. Donnie Brasco. Legends of the Fall, which I got for $2.49. Absolute bargain. Sex, Lies and Videotape. Little Caesar. Love that cover. Point Blank. Then we do have Roman Polanski's Chinatown with Jack Nicholson. Pet Sematary. This is the first one I got. A Clockwork Orange, another Stanley Kubrick movie. A lot of these are released on, a lot of Stanley Kubrick's films are released on the HMV Premium collection. I believe Film Metal Jacket got one. I may have to get that down the line. Casablanca is actually much thicker than the others. Lovely edition. 2 Spielberg films, Amistad and Munich. I've not watched either of those. Terrence Malick's Badlands. I do love Terrence Malick, you know, Thin Red Line. I heard A Hidden Life was great. Days of Heaven, loads of other great films. Grand Prix, recent pickup. Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon. And finally, we do have Scarecrow of Gene Hackman and Al Pacino, and we've also got my lovely Funko Pop. So the next section is basically a section of 3 of my favourite directors. So as you can see, the first one being Martin Scorsese. So I'm trying to complete his filmography. I've not got them all, but I'm pretty close. So yeah, first we have Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, one of my favourite Scorsese films, Raging Bull. I know a lot of these are sealed. I've watched all loads of them on Netflix. I used to have the DVDs of loads of them. King of Comedy, another one of my favourite Scorsese's, The Colour of Money, Last Temptation of Christ, Age of Innocence, Criterion, obviously not being in my Criterion section, but lovely, lovely, lovely addition. Casino, Gangs of New York, got this one in Poundland, amazing to get Scorsese in Poundland, what is it doing in there? Aviator, I got a lot of hate when I picked this one up because I said Avatar, yeah. The Departed, great film, watched this one very recently for the first time. Shutter Island, Hugo, I just remember when I was a kid, I used to watch this film and I just have bad memories of it. It creeps me out, this movie, for some reason. Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio, amazing movie. And finally, his second latest movie, Silence. And I cannot wait to get The Irishman on Criterion. So my next favourite director is Tarantino, what a director. So yeah, first of all, Reservoir Dogs. I think I do own every Tarantino movie. Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, and Kill Bill Volume 1. Next one, we do have Kill Bill Volume 2. This is the only Tarantino film I've not watched. I just never got round to it. I wasn't keen on the first one, so yeah. Death Proof, kind of underrated. I think it's better than Kill Bill Volume 1, but I think every other Tarantino film beats this one. Inglourious Bastards, one of my favourites. This is joint with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Reservoir Dogs. Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on 4K. I got this for £13 at HMV when it was on that deal, but absolute bargain, and what a film. Now I move on to my Christopher Nolan section. We do have Memento, Insomnia. I'm missing the following. I don't think that got a Blu-ray release here. And I guess loads of you are wondering where was my Dark Knight trilogy in my DC section. Here it is. Batman Begins Steelbook, The Prestige with that lovely slipcover, The Dark Knight, Inception Blu-ray, lovely lenticular, great film, and then The Dark Knight Rises, my second favourite in the trilogy after The Dark Knight, of course. So yeah, there's one steelbook, and there's another steelbook. I do own 2 for that one. Interstellar, I do want to get the 4K this one. And finally, Dunkirk on 4K. Cannot wait for Tenet. So before we get into our alphabetical section, I do have Blu-rays that start off with numbers, so obviously these don't fit into the alphabetical order. So yeah, they're all here. So first of all, 310 to Yuma with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe. 12 Strong, didn't like that film. 12 Years a Slave, great film. 13 Hours and The Secret Soldiers of Bazingai. That and 12 Strong for me really just didn't work. For me, they were just propaganda. Did not like them. 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street, very fun movies. Really, really enjoyable. 42, another great, sports film with Hope Bozeman and Harrison Ford. Very underrated, very overlooked. 47 Meters Down, very enjoyable. I do want to watch the sequel, even though it does look pretty bad. 50-50, such an enjoyable movie. 71 with Jack O'Connell. Pretty good movie. 127 Hours with James Franco, that's good. 2001: A Space Odyssey, one of the best Kubrick movies, and a lovely 4K transfer. Ron Howard's A Beautiful Mind, obviously won Best Picture. Now I'm moving to the A's, we do have A Cure for Wellness, Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon, Adrift, The Age of Shadows, A Hologram for the King with Tom Hanks, and A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger. We then have Allied with Brad Pitt, All Is Lost with Robert Redford, really good movie. Allied was also actually quite good. All Quiet on the Western Front, obviously one of the best war films. All the Money in the World, the Ridley Scott movie, did like that one quite a bit. Alien 40th Anniversary Edition, I just bought this because that's slipcover. Prometheus, I know that doesn't belong here, but Alien Covenant, pretty underrated, do enjoy that one. And then we next have American Animals, A24's American Honey with Shia LaBeouf, American Hustle, really good film. American Made, easily one of Tom Cruise's best recent movies, really enjoyed that. American Psycho, one of the best Christian Bale performances and one of my favourite films. American Sniper, The Most Violent Year, a very underrated mob movie, very good. Annihilation, very strange, but I did actually quite enjoy it. The Apartment, that's an Arrow Academy title. And finally, Apollo 13 on 4K. So next we do have Apocalypse Now, the 4K box set. This includes the original cut, the Redux and the final cut, all on Blu-ray and 4K, and also Hearts of Darkness. So if you are an Apocalypse Now fan, that is the edition for you, and I am, so that's why I got it. Arctic with Mads Mikkelsen, a great performance from Mads Mikkelsen. The film was good. Argo 4K, and then Argo Steelbook. I do love Argo, one of Ben Affleck's best films. Arrival, one of Denis Villeneuve's best movies, and he is such a great director as well. After Christmas, AI, or Artificial Intelligence by Steven Spielberg. The Artist, obviously Best Picture winner, great movie. Coen Brothers, A Serious Man. Colin Firth in A Single Man, not watched that one. The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, I need to watch that one, heard great things. And then A Street Cat Named Bob, I love this movie, and obviously since I'm a cat lover, I loved it even more. Atomic Blonde of Charlie Theron. Awakenings with Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. The Babadook, thank you Jamie Powell for that one. Babel. Baby Driver, one of my favourite Edgar Wright movies. I love this film to bits. Every single shot is amazing. And finally, Barton Fink. Then we do have Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell and Timothy Chalamet. That's an Amazon movie. I've still not watched that one. The Beguiled, the Clint Eastwood movie, and then the Sofia Coppola Beguiled. Big with Tom Hanks. The Big Lebowski. This is another one of my favourite Coen Brother movies. I just love that film to bits. The Big Short, great film. Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Talk. Ang Lee film. Ang Lee recently has been a bit hit and miss, and I think a lot of people say this one was a miss. Obviously, Gemini Man was a huge miss. Film was pretty bad. Birdman and the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. I believe that's the title. Birth of a Nation. Still need to watch that movie. Black Hawk Down, very good film. Black Swan, with Natalie Portman. Blade Runner, the Final Cut original on Blu-ray, and then we do have Blade Runner 2049. I don't know which of those two I like, just two masterpieces. Blind Spotting, Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Connelly. Boyhood, well, another Richard Linklater, great film. Book of Life, Coco ripped this one off. This film is like actually amazing. I watched it quite recently. Boogie Nights, Paul Thomas Anderson. And finally, Born on the 4th of July with Tom Cruise. So we then do have the Bourne collection. This contains every single Bourne film. I love the first three, the Paul Greengrass movies. I didn't like the one with Jeremy Renner. It just didn't feel like a Bourne film. And then the fifth one was okay. The first scene was great. Then we have Mel Gibson in Braveheart. Rule in Cell Block 99, such a fun movie. Breadwinner. The Breakfast Club, somehow got that in Poundland. Bridge on the River Kwai. Breathe with Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy. Breezy. The Butler. Bridge of Spies, one of the most underrated Spielberg films. Love that movie. Gyllenhaal and Ledger in Brokeback Mountain. Brothers, still need to watch that film. Bruno. Bullet with Steve McQueen. Burn After Reading, the Coen Brothers movie. The classic western Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. Call Me By Your Name. I've watched this on Netflix, I just haven't opened my Blu-ray. Great movie though. Captain Phillips Blu-ray, and then the Steelbook. I don't know why I've got two copies of that. I guess it's just because it's such a great film. So we then do have Castaway. Carol. Catch Me If You Can, the Spielberg movie. I still need to watch this one actually. Chappadook, the one about the Kennedy family. Sorry. Chappie. Chariots of Fire. Well, I don't feel like this movie deserved Best Picture. It's still a very solid film. Children of Men. Chronicle, Christmas Vacation, Citizen Kane, City of God. I so need to watch this film. I know it's got a sequel as well. Stallone in Cliffhanger, very fun film. Closer to the Edge, Cold in July, Collateral, still got some plastic steel on that. I've not watched that film, heard it's great. That is with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Contagion, obviously this movie doing very well at the moment, considering the current crisis. Coppola's The Conversation, still need to watch that movie. Clint Eastwood in Coogan's Bluff. And The Counselor, honestly I think the worst Ridley Scott movie. Then we do have The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I do need to rewatch this movie. Didn't like it the first time. I watched it such a long time ago, but definitely need to rewatch it. Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club. Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner. Darkest Hour, one of the best performances in the past few years. Film though, I really liked it. I don't think it was as good as some people said though. Definitely a good movie though, worth watching. Custody. Daddy's Home 2. I don't even know why I bought this for $3.99, but you know, they're fun films. Days of Glory, a foreign language war movie. I need to watch this one. Dazed and Confused. Alright. What a performance from Matthew McConaughey, and one of the funnest films ever. I love that movie. Death of Stalin. Deepwater Horizon. I really don't know what's happened to Peter Berg recently. He's made Mile 22 and Spencer Confidential, or whatever it's called. Yeah, he made this, Patriots Day, and Lone Survivor, which were three really good films, and then he kind of just, you know, he's kind of gone off and made some really silly action movies. But yeah, I hope he goes back to doing these real life films. We have a De Niro collection, so this is volume 1, which contains Heat and Goodfellas. That is why it wasn't in my Scorsese collection, but I do want to get the 4K of Goodfellas. And then volume 2 is The Mission and Once Upon a Time in America, some classic movies there. Then we have Detroit, great performances from Will Poulter and John Boyega in this one, really good film. The Descendants with George Clooney, one of the funniest films ever. The Dictator, I like this more than Borat actually. This film is just so hilarious. The Disaster Artist with James Franco and Dave Franco and Seth Rogen. District 9. Al Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. And Don't Breathe, really need to watch this film. Next we do have Don't Take Me Home, a story of the Welsh team in the Euro 2016 competition, and I am actually Welsh, so I'm more, well, my dad's Welsh, my mum's English and Irish, so I'm actually majority Welsh. So yeah, Water's campaign, and what a great movie to represent that campaign. Obviously maybe there will, I think there's been a film about the England 2018 World Cup, but yeah, let's hope either England or Wales wins the Euros next year now, or the World Cup, that'd be great. Dragged Across Concrete. Drive with Ryan Gosling. The Drop with not Jack Nicholson, Tom Hardy. Don't know why I said Jack Nicholson there. Edge of Tomorrow, I used to think that was called Live Die Repeat because of the terrible marketing. Eddie the Eagle, such a fun film, love that one. Edward Scissorhands, so weird, yet so good. The Eager Sanction with Clint Eastwood. 8th Grade, one of my favourite coming of age movies. Lady Bird is my favourite. Don't actually own Lady Bird though, need to get that one. Elf, fun Christmas film. And then Elysium. Empire of the Sun. End of Watch, great film with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. Two great performances, so great to see actually Michael Pena in a good film. Enemy, I've only watched half this one. I need to finish it. Good so far though. On to Be with Rosamund Pike and Daniel Bruhl. Bought that because it was cheap in CX. I do want to watch it though. Epic, the Blue Sky movie. The Equalizer, loved the first one, really enjoyed it. Really not a great movie by any means, but really enjoyable. Do need to watch the second one. Escape Plan, fun action movie, lovely lenticular. And Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. Next we do have E.T. the Extraterrestrial on 4K. I love that slipcover. I also love the slipcover for this Everest 4K. Beautiful, really good film as well, and obviously I love E.T. Ex Machina. Eye in the Sky, very good movie. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I did enjoy this one, but I did not like the second one. I did actually enjoy that one. I'm not much of a Potter fan, so I was quite surprised by that film. Fantastic Mr. Fox Steelbook. I love that artwork. Coen Brothers Fargo. Such a great performance from Frances McDormand, just like 3 Billboards. The Fault in Our Stars with Ansel Elgort, Fences with Denzel Washington, Field of Dreams used to be actually my favourite film of all time, not anymore, but still, that cover is gorgeous. Fight Club with the Deadpool slip, The Fighter, First Man 4K. I actually don't know now if I like La La Land or this more. I know obviously Whiplash is my favourite Chazelle movie, one of my favourite movies, but I'm not sure if I like this or La La Land more. First Reformed, Flags of Our Fathers, Flight, and A24's The Florida Project. I love that slipcover and the movie. This movie is absolutely amazing. Next we do have Flushed Away, such a fun movie. I remember I used to watch this movie so many times as a kid. Forrest Gump, probably the most overrated movie ever. I know a lot of people will probably hate on me for saying that, but the movie was fine. It's a 3 out of 5 movie. It's fine, but it's, for me, in my opinion, nothing, you know, special. I can see why people like it. The Founder with Michael Keaton, Gran Torino, Gravity. I got this lovely slip from Poundland. I actually like this one over the Steelbook. Foxcatcher, Full Metal Jacket. I do want to get the HMV Premium Collection, despite me thinking this movie is really overrated. The French Connection, need to get the sequel. Fury, another overrated war movie. A lot of people love this one, I just don't. The Game, the David Fincher movie, one of his sort of worst films, but still very good. Gandhi, Get Out, one of my favourite movies from the last decade. A lot of people want this movie is overrated. Whenever I watch it, I've watched it about 5 times. I just can't get over how good it is. Now, Ghostbusters, we have Ghostbusters, the original, and then the new female remake. I don't hate this movie. It's not that bad. I know it's political, but it's not terrible. But these artworks are amazing. I do want to get Ghostbusters 2 with this artwork as well. The Girl with the Gifts. I didn't actually like that film. I heard great reviews, but I wasn't too keen on it. Glory, Godzilla, the 1998 one, I believe, and Ben Affleck's Gone Baby Gone. Next we do have Gone Girl, the David Fincher film. This is one of the few David Fincher movies I've not watched, but I really need to watch it. I'll definitely watch this one soon. Goosebumps, very fun. Have not watched the sequel, but I actually really enjoyed this movie. I remember I went to go watch it at the cinema when it came out, and I had a very good time. It's no masterpiece, but it is very good fun. The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman. Wes Anderson's Grand Budapest Hotel, one of my favourite Wes Anderson movies. I don't really have a favourite, they're all just so good. The Great Escape with Steve McQueen. I don't know if I like this or Bullet more. I just can't decide, but yeah, this is definitely one of the best sort of war movies. Great Gatsby, wasn't too keen on that one. Paul Greengrass's Green Zone. Green Book, obviously Best Picture winner in 2018. I actually really like this film. I think Roma, from a filmmaking standpoint, is far superior, but I did have a good time with it. Green Mile, weird, nice, weird edition. Very scratched, but great movie. Green Room with Patrick Stewart, Sir Patrick Stewart, I think it is now. The Grey with Liam Neeson. The Guest, enjoyable film. Hacksaw Ridge, with Andrew Garfield, Mel Gibson's movie. One of my favourite war movies, just amazing. I feel like a lot of people say this one's inaccurate and it's a dramatisation of war, but personally, I think it's an incredible movie and so emotional. Hail Caesar. Then we've got Halloween film, so we've got the original on 4K, and then the new remake on 4K. That's actually the Zoom Steelbook. I did actually sell my regular 4K since I love that Steelbook, and it was only $14.99 off Zoom, so I was very happy with that. Then we have The Hate U Give, one of my favourite movies from 2018. This film was unreal. I remember I watched it on a plane and I couldn't get it out of my head for so long. And then the original Hellboy movie. Then we do have Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Sorry these buildings are falling over. I just tried to leave space for when I buy new movies. Hell or High Water, very good movie. Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix, obviously Best Actor winner at the Oscars. That's a great film as well. Hercules, I only bought this because it was in Poundland. Lovely slipcover of the film. It's enjoyable. Hereafter, wasn't too keen on this one, but I am trying to complete my Clint Eastwood filmography, so have to get that. Hereditary, one of the scariest films I've ever watched, but an incredible movie. I was more keen on Midsommar actually though. High Life with Robert Pattinson, still need to watch that. High Plains Drifter with Clint Eastwood. The Hobbit trilogy, so you've got Unexpected Journey, these are all steelbooks as well, by the way. I do like Lord of the Rings more, but I do have a good time with Hobbit. Desolation of Smaug, or Smaug, and The Battle of the Five Armies. Then we have Home Alone, Best Buy exclusive steelbook. Hostiles. Bong Joon-ho's The Host, one of his less good movies, but I've not watched too many of his films. The Hunger Games. Catching Fire, my favourite of the franchise, and then Mockingjay Part 1. These are all the matching steelbooks. I do need to get Part 2, but my least favourite is Mockingjay Part 2, then Part 1, then Hunger Games, then Catching Fire. Those two I really enjoy. Then we do have Mads Mikkelsen in The Hunt. That case is a bit, got loads of stains on it. I do need to change that one out eventually. The Hurt Locker is a shame since it's a lovely, clear case, but yeah, Hurt Locker is a good war film. It's not the perfect film. A few scenes were a bit ridiculous, but it was good. Obviously, Catherine Bigelow did that one. I Am Bolt, still not watched that. I Am Legend. The Ides of March. Barry Jenkins's If Beale Street Could Talk. I thought this was inferior to Moonlight, but still a very good movie. But yeah, Moonlight's much better than If Beale Street, but it's still, I can see why you'd like that more than Moonlight. The Imitation Game with Benedict Cumberbatch, an incredible movie. Imperium with Daniel Radcliffe. I do want to watch Escape from Pretoria. It's a new movie, that one looks quite promising. The Imposter, heard great things about that one, do need to watch that. In Bruges, one of my favourite films. Just great performances from Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson and Ralph Fiennes. Great movie. Then we've got the in-betweener films, so number 1, which is really good, then number 2, which isn't so good, but I do love the series, but it doesn't have a Blu-ray release. But yeah, the first movie was absolutely hilarious. And then if you have watched In-Betweeners 2, the pool slide scene, that was pretty hilarious. Independence Day movies, we do have the first one on Steelbook, and then we've got Resurgence. I am not a hater of this movie, I honestly don't mind it. My joint favourite Coen Brothers movie, Inside Llewyn Davis, a great character study, when Oscar Isaac was superb in that. Paul Thomas Anderson's Inherent Vice. Inside Man, I think I got a sequel recently, with Jamie Foxx, I think. It's on Sky, I'm not too sure. The Interview, hilarious. And finally, Invictus with Morgan Freeman and Matt Damon. Then we do have The Iron Giant, one of my favourite animated movies. Love these Warner Bros. Classic slipcovers too. Invincible, great with Mark Wahlberg. It is on Disney+, go check this movie out. Superb movie. Then we do have It, the original. Lovely slipcover on that one. And then we do have the new sequel or remake, whatever. I'm not too keen on these movies. I haven't watched chapter 2, but I remember loads of people adored this film, and I can see why, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But saying that, slipcover is pretty lovely. Italian Job, one of my favourite Michael Caine movies. It Follows. That's a good film. Lovely slip on this one as well. It's a really weird material, but it's really nice. I, Tonya with Margot Robbie, HMV slipcover. Jack Reacher films, there's the first one, and Never Go Back. These are fun, but they're not the best. I don't really know why I bought them. Jane Gotta Go. Now, I bought this one for the red case. I remember I saw a Big Paulie video of it. I went and bought it. It's Joe Edgerton and Natalie Portman in this one. And Ewan McGregor, sorry. But I will probably give it a watch. I think it's a Western. It looks good. Very recent pickup, Jarhead. I want to complete my Sam Mendes filmography. Obviously, I watched Road to Perdition recently on that movie night video. So yeah, I got Jarhead recently. Jawbone, that was just from eBay, sorry, Jarhead. Jawbone, I do want to watch this film, looks very interesting. Jaws 2, 3 and 4, I know, I don't own the original, and I own Jaws the Revenge. What is going on? Yeah, I think the original was getting a 4K, so I'll wait for that one probably. I'll definitely get the 4K of that. Jingle All the Way, my second favourite Christmas film. This is just a great movie, and I don't care what anyone says, it's great. It's so much fun. The original Jurassic Park trilogy, sorry, so you got 1, 2 and 3 in there. Really, 1 is the only great film in there, 2 and 3 are enjoyable, but yeah, you got a lovely cover on that. I'm not too keen on the spine though, but yeah, it's a nice addition and you got some good extras there. Jurassic World 3D Lenticular. and then Jurassic World Steelbook, and then Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom 3D Blu-ray combo. That film was a letdown, but the third Jurassic World was great. And then we do have Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I've not watched either that or The Next Level, but I will give them a go since they do look enjoyable. We then do have Jungle with Daniel Radcliffe, Juno, John Wick Chapter 2. I haven't watched any of the John Wick movies, so this is the only one I own on physical. Heard number 1 and 2 are great. I've heard mixed things about number 3, but I definitely need to watch those since I love my action movies. Just never got around to it. Journey's End, one of my favourite World War I movies. Incredible film. If you like 1917, please go check this one out. It's more about sort of the trench life. So it's basically set in the trenches. It's not action-packed, so if your 1917 was very action-packed, this is not. It's a slow movie, but it's very good in my opinion. One of my favourite World War I and one of my favourite war films. Joe Kidd, Karate Kid, this is my first Steelbook and one of my favourite movies from my childhood. I love the film. I know a lot of people don't like it. It's not a great film, but it's it's nostalgia really. Kenny, What a Man, What a Legend, Kick-Ass. I need to get Kick-Ass 2, but I did love the first one. Really entertaining movie. The Kidding, the Stanley Kubrick movie. This is an Arrow Academy title. I remember I got that alongside The Apartment. Killing of a Sacred Deer, King Arthur and the Legend of the Sword. Yeah, the film was terrible. I had a freaking great time with it. I need to see The Gentleman now. King Kong, The King's Speech. Love this film. Kong Skull Island, and it also contains the 2014 Godzilla. I'm looking forward to Kong vs Godzilla. That'll be a good fun movie. Kung Fu Panda trilogy. So you got 1, 2, and 3. Not watched 3, but I love 1 and 2. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to play the Wii game in Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda is the man. What a trilogy. La Dolce Vita, and A Lady in the Van. Got this in Poundland. Probably never going to watch it, but it's a nice cover. Next, we do have Damien Chazelle's La La Land. Rewatched this recently, and I actually loved it. As I've already said, I don't know if I like this or First Man more, but yeah, really grew on me since I first watched it. I only watched it twice, so we'll watch it again. But yeah, lovely film and lovely slipcover. May have to pick this one up in 4K in the future. Last Flag Flying, The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, recent pickup. The Last Samurai with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lean on Pete, Leave No Trace with Ben Foster, Legend with Tom Hardy, playing the Craze, Leon the Professional, Letters from Iwo Jima, the Clint Eastwood movie, And then we do have Leviathan. I had to change the case out of that one. I had a clear case on it, but the case was battered. Life. In my opinion, this is just a rip-off Alien. Yeah, I had a good time. The cliffhanger was great at the end, but overall, the film was very good. And I don't know why Ryan Reynolds is on the cover, because he was in it for about 2 minutes. Life is Sweet, the movie about, the Mike Leigh film about life under Margaret Thatcher. Life of Pi, my favourite Ang Lee film. What a movie. Lincoln, I remember I tried watching this movie. I got really bored. I will definitely give it another go. I don't think I was in the right mindset for it. Leon with Dev Patel and Rooney Mara. This is honestly one of the most emotional films I've ever watched, with an engrossing score as well. Such a great film. I think it's on Netflix, and it is in loads of Poundland. So if you're from the UK, definitely get on that. We got Lock with Tom Hardy. Logan Lucky, great film. Steven Soderbergh, I believe this one was, who directed it. Also directed Contagion, loads of other movies, and Lone Survivor, another great Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg collaboration. This is my least favourite of the 3, but still a very solid war film. Next we do have Lost City of Z or Z by James Gray, director of Ad Astra. His films don't tend to do well at the box office, obviously because they're very slow, but I really like this one, and I loved Ad Astra. Lost in Translation, the Sofia Coppola movie. I cannot wait for her new film On the Rocks with actually starring Bill Murray. Looks great. Loving Vincent, very beautiful movie. Justin Kurzel's Macbeth, not the Roman Polanski version. This is my favourite version personally. Magnificent Seven remake, need to get the original. Spike Lee's Malcolm X with Denzel Washington. Manchester by the Sea. Man Down, Gross Nothing. The film was pretty decent. Magnolia. Martian, The Master, Maze Runner, Scorched Trials, Kimchi DVD Lenticular, and then Death Cure Steelbook from HMV. Need to get the first one on Steelbook. My Week with Marilyn, McFarland USA, McQueen, very good documentary, really, really good. Megan Levy, or in the UK I think it's called Rex, but this is a great movie, great war film starring Kate Mara. And finally, Men in Black #1. Moving on to my other shelf, we do have Men in Black 3. I'm going to get number 2. I don't think I'm going to buy International just because the film was really bad. Moneyball with Brad Pitt, very solid film. Monster House. Monsters vs. Aliens, very fun movie from my childhood. Moon with Sam Rockwell. Moonlight, my favourite Barry Jenkins movie. Moonrise Kingdom, definitely want to get the Criterion of this one down the road since it is one of the best Wes Anderson films in my opinion. Bong Joon-ho's Mother, going to watch that one. Midsummer by Ari Aster. I actually prefer this to Hereditary. I know a lot of people disagree with me. No hate for Hereditary, great movie, but this one was just amazing and the cinematography was out of this world. Miller's Crossing, the Coen Brothers movie. Clint Eastwood's $1 Million Baby. Mine with Armie Hammer, very underrated war film, very good. Minority Report. And Mirai. This is the only anime I own. I do want to buy some Ghibli movies on physical, but they are just so expensive. But down the line, I will definitely buy some when I see them for a good price. Next, we move on to our Mission Impossible movies. So we have Mission Impossible 1, Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible 3. Love those matching steelbooks. I got those for a very good price a few years back. Yeah, really like those films. I do actually like the new sort of movies though more. So we have Ghost Protocol steelbook. Got that one in CX for like £4. Rogue Nation with that Film Arena Lenticular Magnet. And Fallout, my personal favourite, really nice steelbook. Sorry about the glare, sorry. Yeah, what an action movie. Definitely one of the best action movies I've ever seen. Monuments Men. Mud with Matthew McConaughey. The Natural, one of the best baseball movies. I do like my baseball films, and Robert Redford, was great in it. The Negotiator. The Nice Guys, a great buddy cop movie starring Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. I didn't think they'd have such good chemistry, but they had amazing chemistry. Very good film. Nightcrawler, Nova Media. Lenticular, Non-Stop with Liam Neeson. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Very good Coen Brothers movie. And the Korean movie, Old Boy. Then we do have Robert Redford in The Old Man and the Gun. Jack Nicholson in One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Only God Forgives. I wasn't too keen on this film. I love Drive. This one just didn't do it for me. Only the Brave, a very overlooked film. Superb. Go and watch this movie. I'm not sure if it's on any streaming services, but go and watch it. Amazing film. On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando, The Legend. Pacific Rim 1. I will probably get Uprising down the line, but I love the first one, but the second one didn't do it for me. Paddington and Paddington 2. One of the best sequels ever. Lovely steelbook as well for those two, and such a beautiful movie. Pain and Gain. That is probably my favourite Michael Bay movie, but that's not saying much. Passengers. Pretty decent movie. The Passion of Christ, one of my favourite movies ever. Lovely cover on that one as well. A very harrowing movie. And Patriots Day, my favourite Mark Wahlberg, Peter Berg collaboration. And lovely slip on that one too. And Peterloo. Then we do have Phantom Thread. Philadelphia on 4K. Still need to watch this film, but it looks great. Roman Polanski's The Pianist, one of my favourite Polanski movies, and one of my favourite films. Great film. Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists. I watched this one years ago, and remember loving it. It's an album movie, so you can't really go wrong, but I will probably watch this one again. Place Beyond the Pines. Platoon, my favourite war film and one of my favourite films of all time. This film was just incredible, absolutely incredible, and the score, wow. Clint Eastwood in Play Misty for Me. Power Rangers, extremely enjoyable film, extremely enjoyable. Predator, the only Predator movie that I like. I don't like any of the others. Prospect with Pedro Pascal, actually a very good movie, very underrated. A Private War, my favourite thriller ever. Prisoners, Denis Villeneuve's best movie. Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman gave breathtaking performances, and you need to see this one, and the ending will leave you speechless.
Public Enemies, Metal Pack, The Raid, one of the best action films. I need to see the second one though. Railwayman, and Rain Man, starring Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. Such a great film. I'm gonna have to film these just straight on since there's literally a wardrobe right there, so yeah. Sorry about that. Next we have Raising Arizona, Rampart, Steelbook, Redacted, the Brian De Palma film. Very controversial. I was not a fan, honestly. Rendition with Jake Gyllenhaal. Sorry if I can't show you the covers. Requiem for a Dream. Sorry. Rescue Dawn. Revenant, Steelbook, beautiful Steelbook, and an even more beautiful film. What a movie, and the cinematography was breathtaking. Revolutionary Road. This is another recent pickup. After watching Road to Perdition, I wanted to get some Sam Mendes movies, so I did actually get this and Jarhead, as I've already shown you. The Rider, one of the best westerns ever. You need to see that movie. Watch that film. And Rio 2, that lovely slipcover. I do want to get the first one. I actually do really enjoy the Rio films, but I got that one in Poundland, but haven't been able to find the first one that slipped. Next we do have The Road with Viggo Mortensen. Need to see this film. Looks really good. Road to Perdition. Obviously recently did the movie night video for that one. Very good film. One of the better Sam Mendes movies I've watched. Robin Hood. Solid movie. Nothing like Gladiator, but still pretty solid. Room. Brie Larson's best performance. You know, the best film she's been in. What a movie. What a film. The Rookie with Dennis Quaid. The Rover with Guy Pearce and Robert Pattinson. Runaway Jury. I believe this is a John Grisham adaptation. Look at the cast. Great film. You know, my favourite John Grisham adaptation has to be The Rainmaker with Matt Damon, the Francis Ford Coppola movie. Very overlooked. Go check out Runaway Jury and The Rainmaker. I don't actually have The Rainmaker on physical though, which is sad, but I think it only got released in Asia, which is really weird. Rush, one of Ron Howard's best movies. Safe House. The Salesman. The Sandlot. Saving Private Ryan. I'm probably going to sell this and get the 4K since I don't really like that steelbook. Scarface with Al Pacino. Say hello with my little friend. Searching. Sorry about that impression, by the way. Secret Life of Pets. You may be asking why I own this. I honestly don't know. David Oyelowo, if I hope I'm saying that right, in Selma. What a performance. Great film. Love that slipcover as well. Senna. And the Sephirim Fools Steelbook. I have not watched this movie yet, but Poundland Steelbook, really good. Next we do have Seven, my favourite David Fincher movie and one of my favourite movies ever. Sorry. Seven Samurai. Shallow is my second favourite shark movie, obviously behind Jaws. Shawshank Redemption. Side Effects. Silver Linings. The Sixth Sense, my second favourite M. Night Shyamalan movie after Unbreakable. Slow West. Slumdog Millionaire, a great Danny Boyle movie. I just love all his movies, but I wasn't too keen on Yesterday. I just thought the film was a bit silly. Snatch. If you are a filmmaker, you know, you want to get into film, this movie, watch this movie. So much style in this movie, such a great film. Brad Pitt's performance as well. Maybe turn on subtitles though, because yeah, it's quite hard to understand. Snoopy and Charlie Brown, the movie, the Peanuts movie. Snowden. The Social Network, David Fincher, great film. Son of Saul. Source Code Steelbook. I hate the steelbooks when they have like the logos all over the steelbook. Same on the back as well. If you can see there. I don't know why they do that. They seem to have stopped doing it recently though. Southpaw. Speed, great film. And Spotlight. This film is a bit overrated in my opinion. Still very solid movie, but it's not as good as some people say. But yeah, do go check this one out. Next we do have Star Trek Into Darkness Steelbook and Star Trek Beyond Blu-ray, one of my favourite slipcovers in my collection. I need to get the first one on Blu-ray. I am watching Star Trek Picard on Amazon at the moment. What a great series. Step Brothers, one of my favourite comedies. You know, you can't go wrong with Step Brothers, it's such a great film. Steve Jobs. Stronger. Sully. Super 8. Superbad, overrated but still a very good film. Signs. Taken 2, yep, such a bad film, but it was like $2.50 for the steelbook. Take Shelter. Talladega Nights, sorry. Ted 1 and 2. I love the first one, second one was just okay. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Out of the Shadows. I don't know why I bought those. What a waste of £4. Next we do have The Terminal with Tom Hanks, the Spielberg movie. Very underrated Spielberg film. Not one of my favorites, but it's very, very good. It's on Netflix, so go check it out. The Terminator 1, love that slipcover. And the Terminator 2, Judgment Day, my favorite in the franchise and one of my favorite sci-fi films. So good. I heard the 4K transfer was bad, so I just picked this Blu-ray. But I love that slipcover. Then we have Thank You for Your Service, The Theory of Everything, There Will Be Blood. In my opinion, probably Daniel Day-Lewis's best performance. Thin Red Line, one of the best Terrence Malick movies. That, All Days of Heaven, I'm not sure really. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Tintin, very fun film. I love the animated series of Tintin as well. That film was really good. Trainspotting, I need to get the second one. And I need to watch these films as well. I've heard they're some of the best British movies. Train to Busan sequel trailer actually came out yesterday. The Peninsula trailer looks good. Doesn't look amazing, but I'm really hoping the film will deliver, and I'm sure it will. Tree of Life. And finally, Troy. Now this film is very underrated. I believe it recently got added to Netflix, so go check it out. It's pretty good. Right, so into the final part of my Blu-ray collection. We do have The Trust with Nicolas Cage and Elijah Wood. I need to watch this one. It looks actually quite fun. Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Unbroken. Jack O'Connell gave an amazing performance. Great film by Angelina Jolie. Unknown. Pretty clever movie. Us. Whilst it wasn't as good as Get Out, it was still really good. Usual Suspects by Bryan Singer. Great film. The Visit. I do like that one. You're not up there with Unbreakable, Split, you know, Signs, The Sixth Sense, but a decent M. Night Shyamalan film. The Walk, The Line, The Wall. Very good film. Really do like it. I like the slipcover as well. It's on Amazon, so go check it out. It's good. Wallace and Gromit, A Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers, A Close Shave, A Matter of Life and Death. I love Wallace and Gromit. And then you've also got The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, which I got in America. So I've got the full Wallace and Gromit collection. That's my favourite Aardman thing. That or Chicken Run. War Horse, very good film. And another Spielberg film, War of the Worlds. Warrior. Where the Wild Things Are. Noah Baumbach's While We're Young. Whiplash. Widows. Wild with Reese Witherspoon. Next we do have Wildlife. The Witch, the Robert Eggers movie. Need to watch this. I love The Lighthouse. You guys know how much I like that film. Wonders of the Solar System. World War Z, pretty generic, but I actually did enjoy it. Unforgiven. Unstoppable, great film starring Denzel Washington and Chris Pine. The Untouchables. Zero Dark 30. And finally, the last Blu-ray in my collection, Zodiac. Really great film by David Fincher. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If you could leave a like and also subscribe, that'd be great. Obviously, you don't have to. I am going to be doing a movie room tour video in the near future. I'm just cleaning my room out at the moment. I've got a few stuff here and there that I want to sort out. But that'll be coming soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave in the comments what's like your favorite Blu-ray that I own. So yeah. Again, thanks for all the support in the recent videos. It honestly means the world, and it's great to have so many subscribers who are so passionate about film and passionate about Blu-rays. It's just a great thing. I hope you all are staying very safe during this very strange time. I hope you all have a good week. You know, whatever you have to do is going well. I hope if there's any key workers watching this video, you are amazing. Thank you so much. And you know, everyone just abiding the rules. It is really just showing how great our country is. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys all have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.